So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about being consistent.
Consistency. Yeah, I think consistency in anything is important. If you're trying to lose weight, you have to be consistent in order to see results.
If you're consistent with your goals.
Yeah, exactly. If you're trying to, whatever goal you're trying to reach, I think consistency
is key.
Yeah, 100%. But today, we're going to be talking about consistency in a relationship. Yeah, because what happens is...
I think you get too comfortable and you stop doing the nice things that you used to do for your person. You know, just laid back, relax, you become lazy and...
Yeah. Because what happens is when someone is trying to win you, they do whatever it takes to, you know, be in a relationship with this girl or this guy or whatever, sending messages, good morning messages, taking them out on dates, telling them they're beautiful, posting them on Instagram often or whatever. And then as soon as you're with this person, now you've won their hearts, and maybe they actually didn't even want to be with you, but they just like, oh my gosh, this guy is actually amazing.
Actually cares, you know.
And then you date, and then it's like, oh, what happened?
You're still like the same like the other people that are like...
Yeah, so that goes away. And then you guys break up, and then they start again. And it's like, wait, why weren't you doing what you're doing now?
Exactly.
When we were in a relationship, why did you stop?
Yeah. Like, it's also that thing, like, when I fall in love with you, Norma, for example, like, you have this good look going on. You're taking care of yourself.
Had a good
Not
look.
that you have it. You still have that good appearance, taking good care of yourself. You're still all about being fit. You're still about being healthy. You're still goal-focused and all of that. That's the person I fall in love with.
Yeah.
You know, and you're still that same person because you continually doing that.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't feel like going anywhere else. Like, why should I go anywhere else? You're still the person that I fall in love with. But now the problem is, other people, they do that. They put on that good face, like doing that makeup, doing their hair and doing this.
Slay queen.
Looking like that, slaying out there and all of that. And you start being in a relationship with them, you love them, you invest so much time and effort with these people. 3 months, 6 months down the line, they stop, you know, like
they get comfortable.
They get comfortable. You just have this, I don't know, you're just wearing a duke. How do you call it? You're always just wearing a
like
duke and you don't make that effort to
anymore to
keep
like
up
look.
the appearances that you always had.
Yeah, and I know it's gonna sound like KB is saying appearance is what's important, but the truth is, when you meet someone, you don't know their personality. You don't know what kind of person are they. You fall in love with their look. So even if it's a girl meeting a guy, okay, let's switch it now. So I don't want you to look bad or anything, but let's switch it and say, you fall in love or you get attracted to this guy that you meet because he takes good care of himself, he smells nice, his hair is always nicely shaved, and he grooms his facial hair or whatever. And then when you start dating, 3 months later or 6 months later or a year later, he gets so comfortable, he no longer like works out, he eats so unhealthy that his stomach is like hanging out and he doesn't care. He's no longer attractive to you. I'm not saying to other people. I mean, obviously, if you find me attractive, obviously other people are as well. But what's more important is that you are finding me attractive. But if your partner is no longer attractive to you, that's a problem. And I'm not saying that that's the only thing in a relationship. I mean, we've covered the topic about there's so many things that, you know, have to come together in order to make the relationship holistic. But appearance is something that you fell in love with. It's something that you saw first before you got to know them. Everything else was a bonus. Like, wow, he looks this good and he's such a nice person as well. And just to say again, like, it's not just about the appearances. Like, when I first met Norma, I used to make her breakfast in bed, you know, which is a good thing. Even though I did shoot myself in the foot. You know, he did for 6 months straight.
At some point, I realized, like, I shoot myself in the foot. Because I'm not a morning person. I just have to confess that.
Yeah, now I wake up earlier than him.
You know, she wakes up way too early, so I can't really keep up. Like,
but you still make me every single meal.
Exactly. So instead of like stopping altogether, like, because you fell in love with it, like the tone that I actually set out there is that I'm a chef. You are in a relationship with a chef. I'll be taking care of you. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to make you food. I'm going to make you all these delicious food that you're going to enjoy.
Don't need to go to the restaurant.
Exactly. You actually fall in love with that. But now the problem is that I can't keep up with the breakfast.
In bed.
Breakfast in bed.
Like, you used to wake me up.
Exactly. And the moment when I realized, like, I actually, like, shot myself in the foot, because normally start the time when she's like, you don't make me breakfast anymore, you know, like, I start feeling bad. Or the times when she would, like, actually wake me up and like, hey, where's my breakfast? You know, all of that. And I was like, okay, now I have to come up with a certain solution. Instead of like stopping altogether, I'm going to be making you all the meals in the house.
Yeah.
You're going to have lunch that are prepared. You're going to have this delicious dinner that are prepared. Even today, I'm still cooking that dinner. I make
6 years later. Like, even the lunch I eat at work. I mean, I no longer eat lunch at work, but
exactly, like,
the lunch that I used to eat.
I give you that. You know, like, have the lunch box.
When I get up in the morning, it's prepared for me.
Exactly. Because you are in a relationship with a chef. You are married to a chef. Like, it's all about that. Like, keep on doing that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I was doing that to win her over, like, the first 3 months. But if I stopped completely to, like, stop doing all of this, like, now to nothing, it's like, hey, woman, where's my food, you know?
No, but, like, let's be real, guys. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
It's impossible for him to prepare breakfast in bed for me, and I don't eat in the morning anymore, just because we did change our diet and our lifestyle. But that's a video for another day. We're going to talk about our diet. But so he figured something out, and I don't even feel like, oh my gosh, why don't you do that for me anymore? Because I don't eat breakfast, and the lunch I eat at work, he spent last night preparing it for me. So when I get up in the morning, it's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And that shows, like, for you, for example, because that's me and Norma, it shows that you shouldn't be afraid to remind your person, like, hey, remember you used to do this and this and this, you know, like in a nice manner, of course. Don't be like,
remember you used to look like this, now why are you looking like that?
Exactly.
I'm joking. No, don't say that. No, don't say that.
Don't be afraid to remind your person, like, hey, you know, remember we used to take walks. I used to enjoy that morning walks that we used to do. Or
that is quality time.
Remember we used to do this and this. Remember
watch our shows.
Exactly, we used to watch.
We're even repeating shows. Prison Break now.
Exactly, because
it's our time.
It's our time. It's actually what we really enjoy. Other people will enjoy different things from ours. I know other people will be enjoying hiking, going to the beach all the time,
and whatever.
Date night. But for us, of course, we kind of like the indoors people. And our entertainment time was like, we like watching this and that. You know, like, let's put our phones away and
we like eating together.
Exactly.
So dinners, we like eating together.
Yeah, so
we wait for each other. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm gonna wait for you.
You know, like, I also was saying, don't be afraid to remind your person.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Now you are eating alone, La Payana.
Exactly.
And I'm not ready. I'm probably like, still in the shower. I mean, Puma, you've already eaten. How?
Like,
what happened?
What is going on in this house? You know.
That's when the what is that called? Like the drift.
Yeah.
Starts happening. You need to start realizing these red flags because, like I said, for us, we have been in a relationship for over 6 years, 6+ years, and like it can get in a routine if you don't realize red flags or things that you no longer do anymore, like more intimate things for just the two of you that you no longer do anymore. You need to realize, okay, now we're lacking there. What can we do to fix it without being mean or without putting a blame on one party, but like realizing that together as a couple we no longer have this chemistry or this connection anymore. What can we do? Because you can break up with this person, go to someone else.
Same story.
2 years later, something else will show up or pop up.
So you're gonna carry on doing.
So you're gonna carry on jumping instead of like working things out with, especially the person you love.
And then words of affirmations. That's something that shouldn't stop. I don't care if you're in a relationship for 2 months, 2 years, a decade, or 2 decades. You're married or you're not married, but words of affirmations, they're always important.
Yeah.
Those ones shouldn't stop. Like, it gives them that assurance. Like, I still feel safe. I still feel assured. I still have the validation. I still have all of this. I still feel loved. Like, this person is still like, I love you.
Still finds me beautiful.
I know, I still find you beautiful. Even when you wake up and one eye is open and you still have a little bit of drool from last night, like, I still love you.
Even when you're pregnant or you've gained weight, because we do change. We met when we were, 23?
I know.
We're now 30.
And that was before having a baby.
That was before having a baby, so bodies change and things happen.
Exactly.
But if your partner is still telling you that you look beautiful, or even if he notices the effort, like, of course, I'm not a size... What size was I? A size 10 when I met you. I think I was a size 10. I'm now a size 14. Oh my God. But I'm no longer a size 10. But even if he notices the effort of me, like, working out or doing my face, I don't do a lot of makeup, but like just a little touch-ups or doing my hair, and he compliments you, that's also something that's just beautiful. And it makes you want to do it all the time as well. Like, it's exciting. And I know, like, as women, we would like to say, no, I'm doing this for me. And 100%, you must do it for yourself. You need to find yourself. You need to be happy with yourself. Like, self-love is something I always preach. But also, if you are in a relationship with someone, you've already sacrificed self-love. You should be selfless. You can't be selfish if you're in a relationship, because you are sharing a part of you with someone else. So it does matter how the person finds you, or, how they feel about how you look as well.
Exactly. Oh, she said a lot. I can't top that. I know. She really said a lot. And if you are a gift person, as we mentioned before, like, there's about 5 love languages and all of that. If you are a gift person, or you love giving gifts, and that's the tone that you've set, like, that's the standard that you've set, do not stop doing that.
If you bought it the first Valentine's,
don't stop. Do not stop doing that. If you are a person who is like, okay, every month I'll be buying you flowers, and I'm gonna put those $200 rand notes in there, and all of, like, the trend that is going on social media, it's very nice. But if you're gonna do it right, and do it consistently. Don't just do it once and that's it. It's done. Okay, maybe that putting those $100 rand notes,
not important.
You can do that, like, maybe on a special day, like it's Valentine's Day, and I'd like to surprise you and all of that, all of those things. But if you're gonna be buying flowers, or you're gonna buying teddy bears, there could be like 50 teddy bears in the house. Just keep on buying those damn things. That's the tone. I've said this. I'm gonna be doing this because I made you fall in love with me. Doing all these things, I shouldn't just stop there. Like, okay, I say the winner over. I shouldn't be writing any notes for her anymore. Valentine's gift, or I shouldn't be buying you flowers, or I shouldn't be buying you this. If you've been doing that, keep on doing that. And if you are not doing that, and like, okay, as much as it's saying, like, be consistent with what you've been doing, we're not also closing the door of improvement or trying new things. 100%. We can do that as well. We can introduce new things. That is very great. Keep on doing that. Like, because at the end of the day, we're trying to, like, don't just have a routine, like, and
get bored.
People aren't going to get bored.
It does happen.
Exactly.
You get bored. You end up, like KB mentioned this the other day, that what happens is when you get married traditionally, like for me, becoming a suitu bride, I'm going to have to wear like
situation,
so like I don't know what you call it in English. So like it's like a long dress that covers your ankles. And then a blanket over it.
And a blanket, and then there's...
Where does the blanket go? Around the waist or on top?
There's the one that goes around there, Ichali or something like that, and there's also another one somewhere there.
And then you have
Eland, and then
I don't know.
And then you have Iduk. Okay. I don't know how to call
so like when you cover your hair, so like a bandana. I'll try and get pictures, but so you wear that. And You do that when you're the bride over there.
And you always have your head like this, like.
Why?
It's kind of like, I don't know, people have been doing
Respect.
that. But then what Norma is going with this, it's like, okay, I got to know you wearing your leggings or your tight skinny jeans and, like,
just looking hot.
Looking hot.
But clothed.
And I knew, like, she's a catch, like, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I get to marry you, take you back to Ematatiela at home.
Eastern Cape.
And now you have to be wearing these massive attire, traditional things. It's good. We are with the in-laws. We're there for a weekend or we're there for a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully less than a month. But then, and then she started wearing these things like day in and day out. According to the tradition, maybe it was supposed to be the whole year. And now I cannot say Norma's, the side that I actually fell in love with.
The sexy look.
The sexy look that I fell in love with Unorma. And I'm starting to notice
other sexy girls.
Exactly. And I'm like, no, in this house, there'll be no trousers, there'll be no leggings, you're going to be wearing you're going to be dressed like this. But when we're walking in town, here I am eyeballing everyone else who's walking past instead of like my woman here.
Yeah.
It's okay, do that. When we meet with the in-laws and all of that. But as soon as we leave and going back to our place, you can put them away and then
look how you were,
look good. Have your appearances back. Because it's gonna make it tough now. Yeah, I made you a wife traditionally, and you have to keep on wearing like that. And now you're losing me because now I'm being attracted to the person that I saw in you before we actually got married.
And it does happen. Like you get lost in any situation. Like even becoming a mom. And this is to all moms. Like I remember this did happen to me, but I did slowly catch myself. You do get lost in being a mom. Because it's no longer just about you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're just a mom, you've gained all this weight and whatever. And I'm not saying you must do the whole traditional snapback after a month of having a baby. Now you're at the gym and you're like lifting all these weights. You're trying to, do it for social media. No, I'm not saying that. Of course, it's going to take you, give yourself a good 6 months of like being a mom. But also don't forget about Norma. Don't forget about yourself.
Don't let go. I think that's a term.
Yeah, but I don't want it to sound like it's about looking good.
Yeah.
I just want it to sound like it's also about you. And if you were a person before Skylar, so before being a mom, you were a person who liked looking good, who liked working out, basically you know who you are. Don't lose that person. So even though being consistent in a relationship, being consistent with yourself as well is very important, because a lot of people go through all this depression because now you've lost the father of your child, or you've lost yourself. It's all because you did lose yourself when you had the baby or when you got married. Now you're just a bride. Now you're just KB's wife. You're no longer Norma. So now you're so consumed in being KB's wife that you start losing him. And it's just it's such a dangerous thing, because what happens is you end up, let's say you end up breaking up with this person, touch wood, divorcing or whatever, and then you're like, oh, let me show him what he lost.
Oh, that's
now you go back to actually being who you were, this empowered woman who wakes up, got a great morning routine, go to the gym, takes good care of themselves, a boss woman who goes to work and handles the house, and now you're raising these children by yourself. And now he's like, whoa, this is what I married.
Exactly. This is the person I fell in love with. Like, where have you been? You've been hiding for the past 6 years or past 3 years. Like, now you're trying to prove a point. Like, oh, you missed this. You cannot have all of this. This is no longer yours. It's like, why couldn't we do that while we're still together?
Yeah. But also for guys, they shouldn't just up and leave.
No.
Yeah. I think for guys, you should vocalize how you feel in a healthy way. Don't make them feel like shit because you cannot carry a baby.
Exactly.
So, which means you don't get pregnant, you don't gain all the weight and all.
Last.
You cannot be a bride and wear all these blankets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You are still you. You don't really lose yourself. I mean, yeah, it does happen that guys lose themselves if they lose their mom or things like that happen. That happens to both genders. But actually, women, they do give a lot. From being pregnant. You can be pregnant with twins and things like that. Your skin starts stretching, you have stretch marks and things like that. As a guy, you should be very supportive and understanding, but also as a girl, you should also do your part in showing that, hey, I still want you to see that, hey, Norma is still there. Yes, I might have these stretch marks now. I might still have stretched skin now or whatever. I'm not going to be a size 10 anymore, but I'm a size 14 and I'm still going to look hot, and I'm still going to be your girlfriend, your wife, your everything, even though I am Skylar's mom. I think that's also important. Don't try and lose, and please don't get us the wrong way, because I know we're not going to please everyone. Some people are going to watch this video and think, oh, they're trying to say, do things for other people. No, do something for your husband, and your husband must do something for you as well. It is a give and give relationship. It's not just a take. Otherwise, the other person will always be drained and start not falling in love anymore. You have to fall in love with each other every day.
Each and every day.
Every day.
And should there be any changes in the relationship, I think there should be in a positive manner, like changing for the good instead of like changing for the worst.
Yeah, and if you see something bad happening, vocalize it in a healthy way. Talk to each other like adults, not like kids screaming at each other.
Like this other time. Okay, this video is already too long. This other time, me and Norma actually know how to like, okay, let's dress up. We're going in public. We're going to an airport or we're going to the mall. I'm not going with you wearing that. But we say it nicely, like you're not going to wear those sweatpants, going to the airport or going to the mall, like you show it that you still got it, like let's dress up and look good. We're not old people, like.
Yeah, basically what you're saying is let's help each other out. Like if you can see someone is now like doing they don't care or dressing homeless. You could do that at home, but
at home you can
when we're outside, we need to look our age, basically.
Exactly. Like, I know, like indoors, of course, we all have our lazy clothes.
Yeah.
Which is nice and comfortable at all times, like those sweatpants that you like so much, and the hoodie and all of that. It's okay. We're not saying, like, at home you always have to have, like, a blazer on and you got a shirt and you got a tie, because the day Norma met me and fell in love with me because I was wearing a tie and all. I can't just wake up and start dressing up like that. But we're just saying, keep taking care of yourself as if you're still trying to win her over.
Yeah.
I think that's what we spent these 20 minutes trying
to say.
Exactly. Like, keep on doing things as if you're still trying to win
each other.
Over.
It's exciting. It's nice.
It's actually nice,
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for today.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will be back with another episode. Comment down below if you have any ideas or any topics you would like us to touch on. We enjoy discussing things. We enjoy talking, as you can see. And that's all we do when we're together. So if you want us to just put the camera on and talk about a topic that you might have an idea on, comment down.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.